It was really to deeply sense the organs and to deeply allow them to work with their mirror in the brain. And in the brain is also the mind. And to allow that, it wipes the mind clean. And you can no longer be the mind in that process. So we'll go through all of those, so it'll be quite powerful, but we will stay longer with the brain. And intermingled into that, I really want to bring this energy and ability. Maybe that is the culmination. That is the culmination of this circuit, of this webinar series. The neck is the hara, the face is more the heart energy, and the brain and cranium is more the intellect and connection to the higher energies. And the neck gives you all of that, a physical connection to the body, because it is the hara, it is to do with the physical. And the connection to the organs. So maybe it's a manifestation of that. And to move on to a new level, and to be able to deeply heal your organs. I've always had trouble with my digestion, and this clears it, but it clears everything. It just, all of the karma and everything. The experience of the uniting of the brain and the organs, and a whole new level of consciousness, which isn't very comfortable when you start feeling it. It feels very threatening. But it's a bit like we work on ourselves for a long time. And this is definitely a case of ourselves being the problem. It's ourselves that have to go. You know, it's you are viewing the mind rather than being the mind. While you're being the mind, all of those patterns stay in place, and it keeps all of the diseases and unhealthy and patterns in place. And you've got a real frown there. Relax across the top of your eyes and across your forehead. That's it. You really like. And it's like you're worried about something, or trying to understand something. Just let it be whatever it is. It relaxed as soon as I mentioned it. Yeah, everyone relax across your forehead. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, if you can embody that, because definitely as we all get older, I think the digestion, we just don't start digesting things as well. And I think our whole consciousness, our whole karma is tied up just so strongly, and at such a deep level in the organs. You know, you've got this, in holographic breathing, we work with the muscles and bones, which is more the deep earth energies and fire energies, but you start moving up, and then you've got all of the organs. So we've got like the muscles and bones, which is kind of moving us and that we're used to, and we've got control over. But then that is holding all of the organs and holding all of the brain, which aren't running around and doing things. They're digesting things and processing things, and they would just fall out if it wasn't for the muscles and bones. There'd just be this soup swirling around on the floor. But they're contained in the muscles and bones. But they're like the brain for us. They're like the emotions for us. They're like the karma for us. And we've got a global reality. So that's important as well. We've got a global reality, and it's easy to be pulled into that, where people aren't aware of that at a certain level. They are enamored in their mind. They are asleep. They are just run by their minds. And we think we're not, or a lot of people think, well, I'm not that anymore. But we are, until the energy moves through the brain and we sit back from it and we're just viewing. So many people this week have said exactly that thing. I'm doing holographic breathing, I feel like I've sat back and I can see all of the different manifestations of the mind. It is that. It's not thoughts. It's the energies and reality of the mind. And it can feel a bit cold because we're so used to being in the body and in the heart, or being able to view the body and view the emotions as a separate person. But quite often we're viewing the body and the emotions as the mind. So to be separate from the mind, to be very close, or we are totally part of it. And to be honest, the whole world, that is the problem. People are their mind, and they think they're right about everything, but all that's happening is their mind thinks that it's right about everything, and they're just, that's it, they're run. But this is the opportunity to be truly free. And I would like it if people can be truly free without having to go to a loony bin, which is the other way you can lose your mind. You can lose it consciously bit by bit, or you can lose it by some terrible occurrence or drugs or tragedy or whatever. You know, people lose their mind, don't they? But this is like losing your mind consciously. And a deep healing is available. If you go to a loony bin, it's your fault. I've warned you. Everyone, I'm saying that because it's not a light thing that we're doing. It is, you know, if this people acquire this, this is a powerful thing, and you do have to be responsible for yourself in it, and realize that it is a strong thing. Relax your forehead. I think your mind's getting upset there, or something's going on anyway. All right, raise your hand if I've scared you. Everyone's all right. Everyone's happy to lose. I'm pleased. I'm happy to lose my mind. I mean, it's just been such a pain for so long. It just got in the way of everything. So we are coming out. That's the only way out of the mess we're in, to be honest. That is the mess we're in. It's the mind. That is the mess that the whole world is in, is the mass mind coming up for viewing. And we're going to be a bit ahead of the curve, and we're going to view our mass mind. And if you think about it, if that is what's happening to the world, the mass mind is coming up for viewing, and people's personal mind is coming up and viewing, you better damn well be a meditator to go through that process, because you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you're not a meditator and don't have that resource to hold the whole experience in. All right, well, again, I wasn't expecting to say any of that, and I didn't want to scare anybody. I've scared myself now. But you have to be aware of yourself. You have to be responsible for yourself. Have to take it bit by bit and just allow. Now, I'm not saying that's where people are going to go, but there's kind of a chance. I think that is the evolutionary process we're on. And that is the level that is being downloaded. I can feel it. That is available tonight. I can feel that just working through all of my intestines. I can feel it working through my brain. And I think I was forced into it. Because as I say, I've always had, that Kundalini thing has happened a lot, but it's just become a lot more manifest in these last 3 weeks. And it was because I was just becoming more and more allergic to more foods, were just upsetting me more and more. And I thought, I've got to find a way of healing it. And the way of healing it was to let this process go much deeper than it had, and to heal my stomach and to stop the different allergies and things it had, was to let it properly communicate with the brain, and the brain communicate with the higher self, for the different organs and for the colon to not be so food sensitive, and just to be able to properly digest food and have a proper immune system. It wasn't to take homeopathy, it was really to deeply sense the organs and to deeply allow them to work with their mirror in the brain. And in the brain is also the mind, and to allow that, it wipes the mind clean. And you can no longer be the mind in that process. So it's hard to even explain what we're doing at this level, because I don't really have the vocabulary to explain that, but I'm sure people are getting it in their own way, one to one level or another.